Welcome back, and we are getting straight into the meat of the matter, and we are talking about phonemic awareness. What is it? Well, it is the ability to hear, identify, and manipulate individual sounds in words, just knowing that words are made up of units of sounds. Big term, but very, very simple meaning. In other words, it means sound awareness. The word phoneme means sound. And how is phonemic awareness taught? For one, you, the adult, can do the reading. It is so unfortunate that so many students do not know what it is to enjoy listening to someone reading. All they know is that they do the reading through their phonics drills. How exciting could that be, especially if they struggle? A lot of other children do not realize why we read. There are many reasons why we read. Some children believe that we only read to gain knowledge, to gain information, to pass a test. We read to be entertained. We read for enjoyment, and we must be able to show that to our children by first reading to them. Expose them to rhymes, poems, and sounds. Take yourself back. Remember years ago, even before YouTube, what happened? Our parents did a lot of talking and a lot of teaching. You must realize the role you play as a parent. Your role is so critical. You are your child's first teacher, and it is extremely important for you to continue teaching. It is difficult for a teacher to go back teaching all of this, especially in a huge classroom. What happens is that the child gets left behind, especially if the child is older, because it is the teachers are just taught to teach the average child, and they teach right here in the mid zone. So could you imagine what happens if a child is older and does not have these foundational reading skills? Remember, phonemic awareness is just about the sound. It has absolutely nothing to do with the written text, at least not that yet. We will approach that when we look at phonics. This is the prerequisite, and phonemic awareness must be taught before phonics is introduced to the child. Expose the kids to rhymes, expose them to poems, and expose them to sounds. Child must be able to rhyme, and we can do so by many games, and I will share those games with you. Discriminating must also be taught, because this is a big part of teaching phonemic awareness. What is discriminating exactly? Well, it is the ability to determine if two words begin or end with the same sound. But first, in order for the child to know if the word begins or ends with the same sound, that child must be able to tell what the first sound is and what the last sound is. There's so many activities that you can do as a parent to teach that child first sound, middle sound, end sound, which are initial sounds, medial sounds, and final or end sounds. We can isolate those sounds, and there are many ways to isolate the sounds. You can get out those tin cans in your cupboards, and you can tap each one, or probably have the child knock k, a, t, first sound, middle sound, end sound. It's only when we do that will the child be able to discriminate. We can also do some higgledy videos. For example, we can pull down the thumb finger. I like doing this one a lot. What's the first sound? And k. We can start from the bottom, go up here. This is by the roller coaster, and whenever your hand is up here, that's going to be the middle sound. Now, I don't want you to overwhelm the child with all of these sounds. For 1 week, you can do those beginning sounds by simply looking at objects, and it could be anything at all. Book. What's the first sound? Book. Do not let them give you letters. Instead, always let them give you the sounds. When we look at the end sounds, we start from here. We come all the way down, go up, and come down to punch that sound all the way down. In doing so, we are discriminating sounds, and it must be taught. When we are counting sounds, we can clap the words. What did you say? What did you say? Where are you going? Where are you going? A child who does not completely understand that may give you going. But keep in mind that you are not clapping the syllables. The syllables will be done, of course, separately. But in this particular lesson, you are counting the words in the sentences. It's one of the reasons why the child keeps joining all the words, because he or she does not realize that the word is a separate unit and has its own identity. So we can clap those words, we can jump to it to make it fun and make it multisensory. Then we can go to our L. Conan boxes. Let me share a website with you. It is absolutely free. That website is called toytheatre.com. And when you go to toytheatre.com, you can pull up your L. Conan boxes. Those are so incredible, and this is what the L. Conan boxes look like. I can share my screen with you now. And I'm only sharing free resources. So the word is at. You can even change from 2 to 3, 4, and so on. Let's go to 4. S, p, e, k, speak. Of course, you can take them out and start all over again and increase or even decrease the numbers that you're doing. It all depends on counting those sounds, and it is extremely important to count those sounds.